Okay guys, today I want to talk to you now about graphing a quadratic in standard form, not vertex form. Alright, so standard form will be something like this. Y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Alright, so that's considered standard form. Remember, vertex form was y equals a parentheses x minus h squared plus k. Alright? Now, again, most of the time, alright, all of the quadratics will be written in this format. Okay? So, again, I now want to show you how to graph a quadratic that's in that, in standard form. Alright? So the first thing I want you to do is note number 1. Alright? Note number 1 is axis of symmetry. Alright? The x symmetry is just a formula. It's x equals negative b over 2a. Alright? So that's the equation of the axis symmetry. Remember, the axis symmetry is just a vertical line, alright, in which the parabola is symmetric to. So what does that mean? So if this is the right side, then the left side will look something like this. Okay? So that's the equation of the axis symmetry. Alright? Question number 2 then is, how do I find the vertex? Alright? So what we say is, the vertex is the point negative b over 2a, comma, f of negative b over 2a. So what does that mean? That means you literally take this answer, because that's the x-coordinate of the vertex, and you plug it in for x, and that will tell you the y value of the vertex. Alright? And again, I'm going to demonstrate that, so it's not a big deal. Alright, so question number 3, the last main thing is you're going to find the y-intercept. Alright? And what exactly is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is always 0, c. Now, why is that the y-intercept? Because to find the y-intercept, remember that x equals 0. So if I were to plug 0 in, I would just get what? C. Alright? So now, the fourth step is to use the axis of symmetry to find a third point. Okay? And I'll show you exactly what that means, so don't worry, just write that down. And then step 5, of course, is just to graph. Alright? So again, those are essentially the 5 steps. Alright, and what I'll do is I'll shrink this down a little bit so maybe it can seem a little bit more organized. Alright? Now, generally, we only need 3 points to graph. Alright? So, graph the 3 points, and then draw a graph. Alright? So now, again, the reason why this is confusing is because there are multiple ways of graphing a parabola. Alright? And there's the vertex form and the standard form. Alright? You have to know both forms. That's all there is to it. Alright? Now, what I want to do is, for question number 1, alright, what I want to try to get you to understand is this right here, this graph right here, we could say it's written in the vertex form, right? Just a is 0, okay? So again, as I go through the worksheet, I'm going to try to show you exactly how you should be able to do it. Alright? Now you could also say it is written in all right, standard form, all right? But to me, all right, it's easier to recognize this is a quadratic that has been shifted down 5 units. All right? So if it's been shifted down 5 units, we would say that 0, comma, -5 is the vertex. Right? And that since a equals 1, all right, you have to go over 1 and up 1, left 1 and up 1, over 2 and up 4, left 2 and up 4. And I'm going to demonstrate that right now. All right. Oh, and I almost forgot to say, the axis symmetry, remember, is always x equals whatever the x-coordinate is of the vertex. So it would be x equals 0. So that's the axis symmetry. All right. And just for this particular problem, we can say the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept is 0, and this is considered c also. So the y-intercept could be considered 0, -5. All right, so this problem, question number 1, is kind of overlap. All right, so what I want to do is I want to show you how we can graph this easily. All right, and this is really where I need you to concentrate and listen. All right, first and foremost, we said that the graph of x squared shifted down 5. So remember, I'm going to take and put some points because I like showing you things. All right, I can grab this. Normally the x squared would start at 0, but this is shifted down 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now remember, because a is 1, that allows me to go to the right 1 and up 1. And then to the right 2 and up 4. And then to the left 1 and up 1. And to the left 2 and up 4. Okay? So that, again, now would be the outline of the parabola. That would be the outline of the parabola. So again, right now, I think with that, I think that's the easiest way to do it. All right. Now the next thing, as I told you, is to check with your calculator. All right. Always check your work with your calculator. All right. So please don't hesitate. Go to y equals, type in under y1 x squared minus 5 and see if that's the same thing. All right. Now let's take a look now at number 2. All right. Number 2, I want to show you this. All right, that's plus 8, right? So that means it's been shifted up 8 units. All right. Now, this, what I want to talk about, means a is -2. So if a equals -2, that means it's going to open down, and there's a stretch by a factor of -2. All right? I think that's the easiest way to do this. All right, that's the easiest way. So remember, if you go up 8, right, that means the vertex is at 0, 8. Now, I want you to remember it opens down, okay? So the axis of symmetry is still x equals 0, right? And we say because it's -2, it's going to have a vertical stretch of -2, all right? Now, I also said in the directions we need to talk about the y-intercept. Well, again, the y-intercept in this case is when x is 0, so the y-intercept just happens to be the same as the vertex. All right. So again, from your transformations, all right, this is shifted up 8, then it's going to be shifted, or there's going to be a vertical stretch of -2. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot some points now. I'm going to show you the movement. All right, so first thing, I'm going to take the first point, I'm going to shift it up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. From there, now because A is -2, that means there's a vertical stretch of -2. So follow along. So we're going to take the next point. Normally it'd go over 1 and up 1. This time I'm going over 1. Instead of going up 1, I'm going to multiply that by -2, which means 1 times -2 is -2. So that means I go down 2. All right? Then I can pick this other point and say we're going to use the mirror image. That's the axis symmetry. All right, so we'll do that image. All right, and I kind of forgot to draw the axis symmetry, so I'm going to just go ahead and draw that for you. All right, so here's the axis symmetry. All right. Now, the next thing we're doing is we're going to move over 2 spots. So from the vertex over 2, normally the up 4, because we're multiplying by -2, we're going down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now why did we go down 8? We went down 8 because 2 squared is 4. 4 times -2 is -8. All right? And why did I multiply by -2? Because the A value was -2. All right. Now I'm going to pick another point. I'm just going to do the mirror image. 1, 2, 1, 2. And now, what do you know? All right. There's the graph of the quadratic. All right. So now again, that's kind of trying to show you how the standard form and the vertex form kind of overlap a little bit. All right. So again, I tell my kids, I want you to make sure that you understand how you do it, and I want you to make the easiest, or graph it the easiest way you know how, and that would be the easiest way. All right. Now we're getting into kind of a new area, right, where it's a little bit different. All right. So what I want to do is I want to do this. All right. I want you to come over here and I want to write y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Now this is different from the vertex form because b is in the way. All right. So with that being said, all right, I want to write underneath here a equals -2, b equals 4, and c equals 3. And just to make sure you see that, it's going to go y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Notice a is right on top, b is the coefficient of the x term, and we say c is your constant. All right. So there is your a value, your b value, and your c value. Now how does that help? That helps because now it's not written in vertex form. You have to use these steps that I mentioned up here. All right. If it's in this format, we have to use step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I'm going to go over that plenty of times that you should be okay. All right. So step number 1, x equals -b over 2a. And again, that's the axis of symmetry. All right. So it's going to be -4 over 2 times -2, which is equal to -4 over -4, which is equal to 1. All right. So now what I'm going to do on my graph is I'm going to go graph x equals 1. All right. And then I would write above that axis of symmetry. Okay. Now, to find the vertex. All right, that is step number 2. All right, you just are plugging 1 in for x, and we're trying to figure out what the y value is. Alright, so what do I have to do? I have to plug 1 into the function. So watch, y equals -2 times 1 squared plus 4 times 1 plus 3. Now some of you might be saying, what do you do? Where did you get all that from? Now watch me, what I'm highlighting. I plugged 1 in to this equation. Alright, wherever I see an x, I plugged a 1 in. Alright, then y equals 1 squared is 1 times -2 plus 4 plus 3, so y equals 5. So now I know the vertex is 1, 5. So now I'm going to plot the graph 1, 5. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would go right there. Alright? Now what I need, step 3, is the y-intercept. And the y-intercept, remember, is always 0c. So in this case, the y-intercept is 0, 3. I'm going to show you, so please watch. 0, the c value is the constant right there. Alright? Or you can just remember you plug 0 in for x. Alright? So now watch me plot the y-intercept 0, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3 goes here. Count 1 unit away from the axis of symmetry, which means I am at 1 unit right there. Alright? That unit right there is the same as that unit right there. Now because I have that, I can go ahead and sketch the graph. Alright, come on. That's not too hard. Alright, so that's how we sketch a graph written in standard form. That's how we sketch the parabola. Alright, so again, number 4, I just plot points. And step 5 was graph. Alright, now what points did I plot? That would be the vertex and the y-intercept. Alright. Alright, so hopefully you feel okay about that. Alright, let's check out number 4 now. Alright, number 4. Alright, first and foremost, alright, step number 1, x equals -b over 2a. Now again, a equals 1, b equals -6, c equals -1. So as soon as I find the vertex, it's -6 over 2 times 1, 6 over 2, which is equal to 3. Alright, so now I'm going to graph x equals 3. There's the axis symmetry. Alright, now step 2, how do I find the vertex? Y equals 3 squared minus 6 times 3 minus 1. Again, all I did was I plugged this 3 in for those x's. Alright, now I have y equals 9 minus 18 minus 1. Y equals -10. Alright, so my vertex now is at 3, -10. Alright, now let's take a look at this. So I'm going to go 3, -10. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, I missed it. So that would be 10. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, let's just extend that down. But you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just going to extend it down so you can see it. Alright, so that would be -10. Alright. Now, step number 3, let's find the y-intercept. Again, the y-intercept is 0c, so in this case it would be 0, -1. Alright, so I'm going to take this point, I'm going to plot it at 0, -1. 0, -1. Alright, now look how easy. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to measure the distance to the axis symmetry. That's 3 units. So now I count 3 units to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Put another point there. And now we can sketch the graph. we can sketch the graph. Alright, that's not so good, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Blow it up so I can see it better. Alright, so it looks something like this. And then it looks like this. Alright, that looks a little better. Alright, so that's the graph of your quadratic. Alright, very, very simple. Step 4 is plotting points. And step 5 is graph points. Alright, or draw the graph, I should say. Alright, pretty simple. Alright, just to make sure we got it, I'm going to work a couple more with you. Alright, so question number 5. Alright, what I want you to do is A equals -3, B equals -6, and C equals 7. So step 1, x equals -b over 2a, -6 over 2 times -3, 6 over -6 equals -1. So ax symmetry is x equals -1. I'm going to come over here to my graph. I'm going to draw -1. Alright, now I'm going to go step 2. We're going to find the vertex. Alright, so y equals -3 times -1 squared minus 6 times -1 plus 7. Y equals -3 plus 6 plus 7. Y equals 10. -1, 10 is considered the vertex. And this is axis of symmetry. So let's do -1, 10 now. So here we go again. -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I missed the graph. Alright, so again I'm going to go ahead and just extend it. So there's the graph. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and plot the y-intercept. Alright, now the y-intercept is 0, c, which in this case is 0, 7. So I'm going to go over, I'm going to plot 0, 7. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 0, 7. Now we notice there's what? 1 unit, 1 unit. So the other point goes right there. And now we can draw the parabola, which would look something like this. Alright guys? I don't think that's that hard. Alright? Not that hard at all. A few little steps you have to remember. Technically 3 steps, because I mean step 4 is just plotting the points, and step 5 is drawing the graph. Alright? Now, I have, let me just go ahead and do question 6, and then, well actually, yeah, let's do question number 6, because I tried to throw you off a little bit here. So I want to see if you know A equals 1, B equals -4. I don't see a C, right? So that means C is 0. Alright? So because C is 0, we're going to go now and plug in x equals -4 over 2 times 1, 4 over 2. So x equals 2 is the axis of symmetry. So now x equals 2 right here. Go ahead and draw that. Alright, sorry I didn't draw very good. So here is x. Oh man. Sorry, it's not. I think my iPad needs to be cleaned. Alright, so there's x equals 2. Now we're going to plug 2 back in. So the vertex, there's going to be 2 something, so it's y equals 2 squared minus 4 times 2, 4 minus 8, -4. So your vertex is 2, -4. Alright. So here we go, we're going to plot 2, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now our y-intercept is 0, c, which in this case is 0, 0. So let's take this point, and here's 0, 0. Take this point, I'm 2 away, count 2 over. Alright, and now I can draw the graph. This way, and then we're going this way. Alright, so again, that is the technique for graphing a quadratic in standard form. Alright, now I really would like for you to try 7 and 8 on your own. Let's see what you can do on that. Then what I did was I added a vertex form for extra practice. I want you to try to review that. If you forgot, look back at your notes and do it. Alright? Then number 10, here's another standard form. I want you to try that one on your own. And then number 11, there's another vertex form. And then number 12, that is a standard form. Alright, so you have those problems to do on your own. Alright, please listen to the video again. If you're having a little issue, you might have to do it twice, but the notes are out there for you. I definitely think you can do it. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your hard work. I really think things are going pretty well. Graphing, quadratics, and parabolas are really important. They're on the SAT, the ACT, they're on all the standardized tests. I know they're on your entrance exams for those of you guys who want to go to Jesuit, and those types of things. Private schools, they're all on there. So I need you to do a really good job. Alright? Remember, I'm going to post this on YouTube, and then if you're having troubles, you can text me in classroom and I'll get back with you. I'll probably end up making a video of how to do the last 6 problems, just so you can check your work. But do me a favor, please check your work with the calculator. Alright? Always, always, always check your work with the calculator. Alright? Thank you so much. I really do miss seeing your smiling faces. Hopefully we will get back to school sooner rather than later, but at this point we don't know. You guys stay safe and healthy. God bless, and I hope to see you soon.